Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a news video here to end the night, cover all my sports recaps today, so do a little news video, start a little bit of wrestling here, so, keep scrolling down through here, so, I'm going to talk about all this Liv Morgan stuff. So, this is via Fightful Select. As of last week, United States Champion Chelsea Green is not scheduled for WrestleMania 41. This is as of now. I just don't know what the point of these mid-card titles, women's mid-card titles was. All of you begged for these titles, just for WWE not to use them. Defend them at WrestleMania. Oh, it's a TV title. Okay, be specific. Why is the Women's Intercontinental Champion wrestling for the Tag Team Championships? It doesn't make sense. So, apparently, oh, this was interesting. So, Liv Morgan says there are, in fact, a couple of unnamed celebrities have unsuccessfully slid into her DMs. I mean, you gotta take that shot. I mean, who wouldn't? There's a couple names. Dominic, you were recently in the news after Drake started following you on Instagram. Who's the biggest celebrity unsuccessfully sliding your DMs? Yeah, there's a couple names. I mean, not surprised. I mean, she's hot. But, were there any successful ones? I mean, probably not. But I thought that was funny. She named Kentucky as the worst crowd. Well, what do you say fuck me for? So now let's go over to, Cultureholic Wrestling. Because there's a story there some stories there I want to talk about. Kevin Owens, he's set up to get a second opinion on neck injury. I believe he had didn't he have a surgery? I believe he's going to have a second opinion on the neck injury. So hopefully, everything goes, well with him. So here's a backstage update. There was some concern on social media about Braun Breaker, but Cultureholic Wrestling, Dave Meltzer reported on Wrestling Observer Radio that he was told Braun Breaker's okay. So he was clutching at his knee, falling a crossbody, but it was simply sailing, and he's okay. Obviously, we already talked about Triple H saying the internet's not real life. Well, no shit. So, I thought this was kind of interesting. There is per report that Mariah May is believed to be leaving AEW for WWE. Possibly. I mean, got a little excited and I saw Meltzer reported that. I don't know if this is going to happen. I think she would fit anywhere. What kind of stupid question is that? I think she's young, beautiful, a good wrestler, and had a really good feud with with Toni Storm. She's a great worker. She would fit like a glove, the glove on O.J. Simpson. And would we really be surprised about this? Because, I mean, I think her dream was always WWE. You've seen tweets in the past from a few years ago. WWE tweets. Most people are. Is their dream is WWE. That would be a big loss for AEW. And this is a party report, and the source, take with a grain of salt, is Wrestling Observer Radio. But the belief within AEW is she is heading to WWE. While people within WWE know she wants to join the company. Remember, her AEW contract is believed to expire later this year. People close to me said prior to her signing with AEW that her dream is WWE. This doesn't really come as a surprise to me, because she's had tweets from a few years ago where she tweeted about WWE. This doesn't surprise me. She's a really good wrestler and fit WWE really well. That's most wrestlers' dream, though, is going to WWE, so yeah, that's, I found that kind of interesting. Per report, Jeff Cobb is heading to WWE. I don't know who the fuck Jeff Cobb is, but Apparently he's heading to WWE. So Gunther reveals New Japan Pro Wrestling never made him an offer, which selling the bag right there is New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think he would have went to WWE anyways. So there were some scrap plans for Joe Hendry. According to Fightful Select, there was a pitch for the TNA World Champion to appear on Monday Night Raw earlier this year, but then TNA executive producer Ariel Shishaner, who was the head of TNA Creative, didn't like the plan. The creative would have likely seen Hendry lose on WWE Raw, and it may have been the catalyst for a feud with The Miz. So, yeah, I'm fine with him not having a program with The Miz. I'm fine with that. So now we'll talk about some NFL here. Some rumors. The Giants have reached out to the Eagles in regards to tight end Dallas Goedert, who's on the trade block per Jordan Renaud. I mean, he could be a solid pickup for them. I don't know what pick they would trade. But I don't know if they'll do an interdivision trade, though. So Ravens GM Eric DeCosta was non-committal when he was asked about Mark Andrews' future team. Basically, he's not committed. I mean, he's been good, but I just don't know if he's like what he used to be. But I think he's pretty clearly said he's gone. He basically has a lot of unpredictability. I mean, I just don't think he's as good as he used to be. And I think they'll head towards Isaiah Likely route for their future. So NFL draft analyst Todd McShay says people are telling him not to close the book on the Giants taking Shedeur at number 3. Everyone agrees. Cam Ward's going to 1 Tennessee. Cleveland's saying it too. And they're picking Travis Hunter. People are telling me don't close the book on Shedeur of the Giants at 3. We'll see. I mean, I don't think he's worth the 3rd pick, but Giants need a quarterback. I will not be shocked, but I would just wait till next season. So the 49ers have reached out to teams picking in the top 6 of the draft about potential trade-up per 49er Sports Talk. The Niners have the ammo to orchestrate a trade as they have 11 picks this year and are projected to have double-digit picks next year as well. Oh, that totally worked out the last time they did it. Trey Lance scenario all over again. So, Dolphins GM Chris Greer on if a Jalen Ramsey trade would also open the door for a Tyreek Hill trade to happen. That is not anything that we're pursuing. Who knows? If someone wants to come and give me 2 first-round picks, we'll consider it. 2 first-round picks. They're both mid and washed now, buddy. You ain't getting 2 first-round picks. You'd be lucky to get a second or third-round pick. So, rumors. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin, in quote, really likes Shedeur Sanders. And it's a real option at QB for them if he's on the board at pick 21. He ain't gonna be there, dude. I don't think he's worth the 3rd pick with the Giants, but he ain't falling to the 21st pick. Let's be real. If they want him, they're gonna have to trade up for him. So, long time Cowboys superstar offensive tackle Tyron Smith, he's signing a 1-day contract with Dallas and he's retiring. Future Hall of Famer, legendary career. He was really good when he was healthy. Just sucks he got injured a lot. Colorado QB Shedeur Sanders will hold a private workout Thursday in Colorado for a contingent of official from the Giants per Adam Schefter, so we'll have that on Thursday. Travis Hunter says he won't play football if the team that drafts him tries stopping him from playing on both sides of the ball. He says no team has had any issues with him playing both cornerback and wide receiver at the NFL level. I mean, as talented as he is, yeah, you play him. I won't play football. Sure, buddy. You ain't turning down that life-changing money. So there are many coaches or scouts who view Shedeur Sanders. There aren't many coaches or scouts who view Shedeur as a first-round talent per Albert Breer. I'm hearing that he isn't a great athlete on tape, doesn't have exceptional arm talent, and too often does things that simply won't translate to the NFL game. I don't know. I just don't think he's that good. But, I don't know. Scouts get shit wrong all the time, so... But I don't know. So, Aaron Rodgers' pitch to the Vikings was to have the idea of making a one-year run at a championship and being a willing mentor for J.J. McCarthy, Albert Breer. in the end, faced with all that, the Vikings found themselves emboldened to give McCarthy the runway to seize the job. The staff the opportunity to build the offense for him and see how that looked at the end of the spring. So the Vikings passed on Rodgers, pushing their chips in on a 22-year-old quarterback. This is being dragged out so bad with Aaron Rodgers at this point, man. Translation, this thing with the Vikings isn't going to happen. They're not dumb if they don't sign him. He's just washed. They want to see what they have in their future with J.J. McCarthy. But I will not be surprised. Maybe if they were to sign him, but I'm done with this Aaron Rodgers shit, man. Just sign somewhere so we can stop talking about this. Like, please. Okay, so now let's talk about some NASCAR news here. I believe probably to end the video here. So, Kyle Larson, on dominating the Xfinity Series, the races he's done, he said, I want to embarrass NASCAR, basically the lower series. I don't know. If he wants to embarrass anyone, he needs to dominate the field in a non-Hendrick / Cup prepared car. Go race for an Xfinity team, for an Xfinity only team, and do that. Then you can talk. Like, if you're the best driver in the world, the best driver in the world shouldn't need to go down to Xfinity to dominate. My God, I mean, I don't like Kyle Busch, but it's okay when Kyle Larson does it. But with me, didn't like when Kyle Busch did. Don't like when pretty much any Cup drivers do it. I just think it's lame and it's boring, and it teaches them how to do things the right way. Does it? Does it really make them learn anything when they get their ass kicked by you? Does that make them learn anything? And you're driving a fucking Hendrick car. Of course you're gonna dominate. So, disagree. It makes the races even more boring and just unwatchable. So, Mexican telecommunications company Telcel is going to sponsor the Union Sports of the Cup race in Mexico City. So, the Xfinity Series race at Rockingham on Saturday is sold out. Some tickets still remain for the truck race Friday, but the Xfinity race is sold out. Catherine Legg will do upcoming Cup races, some more. Mexico, Chicago, Sonoma, Watkins, Glen, and Richmond for Live Fast Racing Xfinity races at Rockingham, Talladega, Texas, Charlotte, Nashville, Atlanta, and Indy with Jordan Anderson Racing. Man, where's she going to be at Bristol? We could use a few of those cautions. Man, why can't you do Bristol? We need some cautions there. I'm just trolling. I mean, maybe she'll do good. I hope for the best. So the Rockingham schedule for this weekend, Xfinity and Trucks, Cups off this weekend, 10:30, ARCA East practice, FS2, truck practice qualifying at 12:30, 3:05 in the CW app, Xfinity practice at 5 p.m. on FS1, the truck race at Rockingham, so that's your Friday schedule. Saturday, 9:30, ARCA East practice and qualifying. 11:30 in the CW app, Xfinity qualifying at 1 p.m. on Flow, the ARCA East race. 4 p.m. on the CW Xfinity race is going to be in the 80s with a 5% chance of rain. 35 entries for Rockingham. Truck entries, no notables, because obviously just full-time regulars. 40 entries for 38 spots for the Xfinity race at Rockingham. Bonsinger in the 19, Catherine Legg in 32, Casey Kane. Casey Kanye is back this weekend. And Austin Green in the 87. And I hope Casey Kane has a great run this weekend. The Xfinity race for the CW had 1 million viewers. Rutledge Wood's going to run 4 Toyota GR Cup Series with Precision Racing LA, so that's interesting. The Cup race had 2 million viewers this weekend. 2.054 million viewers. Surprised they even had that many. So NASCAR is seeking $10 million annually for rights fees to replace Xfinity plus a mid-7-figure commitment to activation that would take brands per annual spend to at least $15 million. Xfinity will remain their premier partner. NASCAR is gonna, or said something about the next gen with a, I think who was it, Steve, I forgot what it was, Elton Sawyer said a whole bunch of nothing basically. But that's all the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.